As Rangers fans in Houston and here in North Texas too began to believe, Astros fans said peace.
They did, or something like that. Our sister station in Houston spoke with some of those folks as they left Minute Maid Park.
What did you think of the game?
It was bad. Even from the start, it was so bad.
You're laughing.
What?
You're laughing about it, though.
Yeah, because it's so bad.
Astros all day, baby. Win or lose, Astros for life.
What you guys think of the game?
Man, we got roughed up, but hey.
We got rocked, but guess what? It was as close as it could get this year. So 90 wins each. We beat them in the regular season, but they got us 4-3.
What did you think of the game?
I feel like Astros didn't come to play. They did not come to play. And I don't understand how they can't play at home. It does not make sense.
Yeah.
Nobody wanted it. The Rangers, they wanted it so bad.
It's a shame. Like 11-3. It's a shame.
Well, I think we could have done better. We are better. We're better than the Rangers. And I feel like we should have won. Yeah. So, next time, though.
It's a heartbreaking loss. We'll be back next season. Go Stros.
Hey, go Stros. We love Houston. They made us proud.
I love most of those. Those are good fans.
Right?
You guys saying, Stros for life, baby. And like, why are you outside the stadium?
Why didn't you stay? Yeah, there's that part too.
All right, thank you for watching Fox 4 News after the game.
And stay with us because we're going to continue with more Fox 4 News.
Here for you. Fox 4 News starts now.
Well, the Texas Rangers are celebrating in Houston tonight. The team headed back to the World Series and has its first ever championship in sights. Hello again. I'm Heather Hayes.
And I'm Steve Eager. The Texas Rangers won Game 7 of the ALCS. You saw it on Fox 4. There was really not much drama to the game. Jeff Kolb kicks off our coverage tonight of the pennant-clinching victory. Jeff.
Hey guys, the Rangers slogan here in 2023 has been go and take it, and boy did they. And with Creed as the soundtrack, they are now taking Rangers baseball nation higher. Somebody had to say it. Come on now. They're headed to the World Series, and you know, back on October 1st, this moment felt like a pipe dream. The Rangers had just lost in Seattle, giving up the division title to the Astros, but man, this team never did quit. And with that, let's bring in our Mike Ducey and Sam Gannon live at Minute Maid Park in Houston. And guys, you know, back when the Rangers gave up the division on the final weekend of the regular season, not only did they let it slip away, but they were criticized by Houston writers and fans for the big celebration after clinching the wild card spot the night before. They're still partying, though, and Sam, you experienced that firsthand.
Yeah, Jeff, I didn't get to refresh on my makeup. I tried to race back up here, but there were fountains on fountains of beer just flowing absolutely everywhere. I'm going to have to get rid of these sandals now. But I think one of the validating parts for the Texas Rangers is to see where this franchise was 2 years ago, losing 102 games in 2021. Last year, they lost 94. And to see the turnaround, I think there's no greater feeling, and especially when you're covering a team, to see a team go from the bottom to now the top. And there was a sense of relief in the clubhouse there, just pure joy and celebration, especially when you look at the mix of veterans who've come from different teams. You know, Marcus Semien talking about the validation of beating the Astros, and then you have the rookies and Evan Carter and Josh Young, who just looked like two kids at a candy store.
You smell like you've been in the celebratory locker room.
Funny thing is, I hate beer. I don't drink it anyway.
You might be allergic.
I think I might be. I keep sneezing. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, there's nothing like a celebratory locker room, and we're going to see some of that stuff in a moment. Let's run through some quick highlights here from a Game 7 that really was pretty one-sided when you look at it. The Rangers seizing control early of this game. Corey Seager taking Christian Javier's fourth pitch of the game into the second deck. Texas would score 3 runs in the first. Houston had cut the deficit to 4-2 in the fourth, but Texas responds with 4 more runs. 2-run single from Adolis Garcia. What a game for him. What a series. He would put a bow on things in the 8th with his second home run of the game. Garcia driving in 15 runs in this American League Championship Series, a record for any Major League playoff series. Rangers win 11-4 under skipper Bruce Bochy.
First of all, I'm going to tell you what an honor and privilege it is to manage such an incredible team with so much heart and determination. Came in here against all odds. You went to Tampa. You went to Baltimore. I can't say I've ever seen a club that played with more heart. So thanks, and I'm going to add this. Congrats on wearing the horns in Texas and going to the World Series.
We've talked so much about Bruce Bochy, and this is the reason why. You know, this is the kind of difference he made this year. Obviously, Chris Young went out and got the players, Ray Davis, the owner, and the ownership group. And it struck me on that postgame show on Fox that a lot of people had never heard one of the owners of the Texas Rangers speak before. Imagine that in this town, right? In Dallas, with the other owners. But this ownership group has their team playing for a championship now, the World Series starting Friday in Arlington. You were in the clubhouse. Give us kind of a sense as to what it was like in there.
I mean, it was craziness. That was my first time ever partaking in such an event. And, you know, they were seeing Creed. Jeff, you know, made reference to it right before he tossed to us. And, you know, they're just loving life right now, Mike. I know you can't say it enough when you talk about the journey, the end of the regular season, to missing out on the AL West, to the Houston Astros, then having to go on the road. The fact that they won 8 straight in this postseason is remarkable. And when you talk to some of the guys, they didn't really understand it either. But hey, they're like, hey, I guess we just like having our backs up against the wall, and we tend to perform our best in that situation. And I think for Bruce Bochy, you can just tell there's this overwhelmingly amount of respect that they have for him and what he's been able to do and how he commands everyone in there.
Here's what some of the guys had to say with Sam in the clubhouse.
Evan, just being a rookie here and stepping into this situation when you did, making your major league debut in September, what has this ride been like for you?
This is unbelievable. This is a lot of fun. This is everything you dream about. This is a great group of guys to do it be a part of. You know, we're going to keep it going.
Did you envision this, that this is what you were going to be now, have a chance to win your first World Series for the franchise here?
Oh my gosh, I mean, this is a dream and the goal of every ball player, man, just to, you know, be a part of a team that gets to go to the World Series. So, you know, we're right there and we got to finish the job.
What have you made of what Adolis Garcia was able to do for you guys this postseason?
Gosh, he's on a different planet right now. It's unbelievable to watch him hit. You know, I've got all the confidence in the world in him, and I know everybody else does too, so it's an awesome thing to watch.
You're a rookie, but you don't play like one. What's enabled you to have such composure throughout this all?
Thank you. It's just a great group of guys, a lot of people around me encouraging me and making me feel welcome, so I'm really thankful for that.
Ready for this World Series?
So ready. This is going to be awesome.
John, just what does this mean for you to be a part of this with this team and all that you've been through?
I mean, it just goes to show that, like, what the Rangers believed in when I came here, like, yeah, we're doing it right now. So it's really cool to be a part of it. And, man, it just feels like a dream, you know. It feels like a dream you don't want to wake up from. It's good to know it's reality. It's awesome.
I mean, 8 wins on the road, all in the postseason. Yeah. Did you guys think that you had that in you?
I don't know. Maybe we just make good villains. I'm not sure. But, you know, I mean, we're doing it. And it's good to see the way the guys have played, the way we've answered back to some of this stuff. I mean, it's been great. And ready to see how far we're going to take it.
Everybody works extremely hard. We all get along. Of course, there's going to be ups and downs, but everybody's so resilient, and we all love the game.
Is it some validation to do it against the Astros?
Of course. It's a team I've been battling against for years. You know, being in this division, they've been a dynasty for a long time. So for us to put up 20 runs in 2 games in this building, it was huge for us.
We talked to a bunch of other guys in the clubhouse, too, like Jonah Heim, Nathan Eovaldi, and you could just get the sense that some of them even said there were so many people who didn't think that they were going to be here. And to take the Astros, the reigning champs, to 7 games and beat them at their place says everything you need to know. They made a statement, so why not them, you know?
It is hard to imagine there ever being a more satisfying win in the history of the Texas Rangers franchise for their fan base, given the nature of this rivalry, the fact that this series was just so incredibly wild. There was such heartbreak just 2 games ago for the Rangers. They come back here and win 2 and win the pennant. Jeff, take us through the highlights and let's recall what happened here on a pretty special night for the Texas Rangers.
Yeah, and just to mention, you know, Sam, you touched on the road success. The Rangers were 40-41 on the road in the regular season. They are now 8-0, as you mentioned, in these playoffs. The only other team to ever accomplish that. the '96 Yankees, who knocked off the Rangers on their way to winning the whole thing. Let's take a look back at how this one went. Christian Javier had a no-hitter into the 5th inning last time against the Rangers. Only had given up 4 hits in 10 innings this whole postseason, but gives up 4 hits in the 1st inning alone. The first hit, a no-doubt homer by Corey Seager. After Evan Carter would walk and steal, he comes home on this Adolis Garcia wall ball single. It's 2-0. Not ideal hustle out of the box from Garcia, but he would steal second and then score on Mitch Garver's single. That just gets in to make it 3-0 Rangers. Javier out of there after just 23 pitches, getting just 1 out. On the other side, Max Scherzer took the loss in Game 3, but said he felt good. First inning gives up the RBI single here to Jose Abreu, but Max would strand 2 Astros to get out of the threat. Top third, Hunter Brown pitching. Garcia homering again, 4th game in a row, and it's 4-1. Bottom third, Scherzer making a mistake here, another home run, this one belonging to Alex Bregman. Fortunately, just a solo shot. It's 4-2. Scherzer done after getting just 8 outs on 44 pitches, not what he expected. Top 4, bases loaded for Carter. The 21-year-old puts the double just fair down the right field line and makes it 6-2 Texas. The next batter, Adolis, who did not get out very much tonight, brings in Seager and Carter, and it's 8-2. Garcia, the first player in playoff history with 20 RBIs before the World Series starts. Top 6, the not yet suspended Brian Abreu gets taken deep for a 2-run shot from Nathaniel Lowe. It's 10-2, and Garcia was like, we're not done there. In the 8th, he puts another one out to left. He was 4 for 5 in the game, finishes the series with 5 homers, 10 hits, the 15 ribbies, as Mike mentioned. Garcia, the obvious MVP choice. And the Rangers, they put up 20 runs in 24 hours in beating the Astros here 11-4 to make the World Series.
I want to say thank God, thank to my family, all the fans. This team right here, we are a family, and they push me every day to play hard. And that's why I just made adjustment today, just try to don't do too much. And if it's not for the love of all my teammates, man, this can be possible.
Boat, you're going back to the World Series, baby.
Unbelievable, unbelievable. I tell you what, I couldn't be more honored to manage such a great team like this. I mean, for CY to call me last November, I didn't know if I'd get back in or not. And here I am. I know how blessed I am, but I can't thank these guys enough. Ray Davis with his commitment. CY from the get-go had his vision. Here we are.
Bosch, you were talking about it. You know, the last regular season series, a lot of teams, it could have hurt them and it could have gone the other way. It galvanized this team, that trip to Seattle. How did you do it? How did you come back from that to get and win a pennant?
Well, they've done it all year. We've had our streaks. We've had our injuries. They keep getting up. And, you know, to come in here and beat such a great club like Houston, and congrats on their year, but it's great to be wearing the horns in Texas.
I can't explain how proud I am of this group, our coaching staff, our entire organization. We've had some hard times recently. Those are over. These players have deserved this. They've brought us to where we are now. Boats, you came out of retirement for this. I love you all. We're going to keep going.
There it is. So, guys, the Rangers, 3rd World Series appearance coming right up on Friday. We're going to look now back at some footage from Game 6 in 2011. Of course, Mike, you'll remember a crushing Texas loss. We will spare you the Nelson Cruz play. But big picture for Dallas sports fans, this is the first time that the Rangers have been back since 2011, and there has not been a team to win in the Big Four since 2011. Of course, the Stars, you covered their win in the Cup, Mike, their first ever title. Dirk leading the Mavs to their first championship. With those moments as a backdrop, what would it mean if the Rangers team here could break through for the franchise's first title?
You know, it strikes me, Jeff, that if I were going to predict a year ago at this time which of the Big Four would be the first to get to a championship series, the Rangers probably would have been the last, right? Cowboys, you know, I should know better, but, you know, we thought they'd be good. Maybe they still would be. Stars had a great year, you know, last year. Mavs, you know, with Luka seemed to be on the verge. Rangers came out of nowhere and had this kind of year. It was an incredible turnaround.
I mean, we've had this discussion, guys, on our show many times in the last couple of years. Like, what's going to be who's going to be the next team to win a title? And the Rangers, as you mentioned, were never at the top.
Yeah.
And again, to see this turnaround, it's just proof that with the right people in the front office, you know, with the right combination of leadership, talent, you need a little bit of luck to go your way, but I just think perseverance to it and following the vision. I mean, you're seeing it to come to fruition right now with this Texas Rangers team.
And it would clearly mean everything for the Ranger fan base, and this franchise has been around for 52 years and it's gotten close to a championship but has never won it. So a breakthrough in an unexpected way like this would be something else for this team and this fan base.
The offense, as we have touched on, was just huge tonight, coming through to get the Rangers to this World Series appearance. They forced the Astros to use 8 different pitchers in this game. You don't see that very often. For the series, Texas winds up outscoring Houston 39-33, even though Corey Seager, Marcus Semien, they combined for just 3 RBIs, guys, against Houston in the 7 games. Sam, what did you make of how this offense caught fire just in time to win these back-to-back elimination games?
I mean, I thought, Jeff, that it was just bound to happen, because when you have a guy like Corey Seager and Marcus Semien, and Marcus Semien said it in the clubhouse, he's like, I didn't have my best stuff this series. I just didn't. But the fact that Corey Seager broke through to kind of silence this crowd, and again, you know, yesterday there weren't that many Rangers fans here, but you could really tell it was a significant difference when he hit that solo shot. So again, this is the offense that we've seen predominantly through the regular season. We know, you know, that they have a bunch of guys who can hit, you know what I mean? So the fact that these last 2 games the Rangers put up 20 runs in 2 games here in this ballpark, it's something else, and it all has to do with peaking at the right time, and it's almost as if a switch has flipped, Mike.
Yeah, and they talked on the telecast about a different approach that they've been using at the plate because it's popping it up too much. And Jeff, you know more about this stuff than I do, but the top hand being more dominant and I think leveling out the swing, and they showed pretty good illustration on replay of that working. I know it's, you know, easier said than done, and it's a very complicated process, but as Sam said, some sort of switch flipped. But I think it's maybe appropriate that the Rangers win a Game 7 in this way, because their trademark had been as bashers for most of the year, and boy, they were sure that tonight.
Yeah, I think it was telling even on the national broadcast during pregame, Ken Rosenthal and whatnot, they were talking about how loose this Rangers lineup, how loose the batters looked during batting practice. You talk about the big 3 in the lineup, Corey Seager, Marcus Semien, they're worth $500 million between them. But, you know, in March, Adolis Garcia, he signed a 1-year contract extension for, check this, a whopping $747,000. I don't know who his agent is, but I think he needs a new one. What do you guys make of just how El Bombi has become the face of this playoff run?
Oh, it's happened in a hurry in terms of the nationwide, you know, outlook or perspective, but people who watched the Rangers all year knew what kind of run producer he was. He drove in over 100 runs, was second, I think, in the American League in RBIs. But again, they talked on Fox tonight about the joy that Garcia shows when he plays the game, and that's really evident, and I think it's fun to watch, unless you're an Astros fan, because he's always going to be enemy number 1 for Astros Nation, and that makes the rivalry even more fun, to be honest. But man, you talk about getting revenge. I tweeted that I long for the type of revenge that Adolis Garcia is.
What do you want revenge on?
Enjoying. So many things. I don't want to bore our viewers.
We'll get into that later, I guess, Jeff. But
he got it, and then some.
No, and 5 home runs in the last 4 games. He had 2 days. I mean, he's an emotional guy, right, as we all know, but he still was able to maintain his composure even when you go. I know he was frustrated in Game 6, but still, Bruce Bochy talked about that, and until he hit that grand slam yesterday, and I just love it how he's become this villain amongst Astro fans, because that's exactly how Rangers fans feel about Jose Altuve. So it's, I think, validating for Rangers fans too to finally see the Houston Astros fans suffering just a little bit tonight.
Guys, this story that the Rangers are writing, it just gets better and better, and there will be another chapter Friday back in Arlington, Game 1 of the World Series. How about that? Mike, Sam, great coverage. Safe travels back from Houston. So now the Rangers, they await the winner of the National League Championship Series between Arizona and Philadelphia. Texas, as I mentioned, will have home field advantage no matter who they face. Game 1 Friday night at Globe Life Field. Fox 4 will be getting you ready for the series, Mike, Sam, and I, all week long. Well, fans at the watch party at Globe Life Field tonight in Arlington went wild when the Rangers recorded that final out to clinch a World Series appearance. Our Fox 4's Amelia Jones joins us live from inside the park now. Amelia, you know, like we said earlier, last Friday, it was just sadness from all the people coming out of that place after the Rangers had fallen down 3-2 in the series. A lot of smiles, a lot of cheers, a lot of happy moments tonight, right?
Oh, absolutely, Jeff. And so many of them. They have a brand new T-shirt, brand new sweatshirt, that ALCS champion on their shirt. That's what they're going to bed in tonight. And most of them, they are in bed. It's just me, Chase, and the cleaning crew here. But hey, we all got to get ready because there is going to be a Rangers World Series game here at Globe Life Field. And tonight, it was just a little preview. There were more than 2,000 fans for this watch party. It was the largest one by far. They loved every single minute of it, but especially that last out when it was official that the Rangers are going to the World Series. Right out of the gate, a home run from Corey Seager. That just really set the momentum for the rest of the game. And by the fourth inning, the Rangers had a solid lead over the Astros. Every run, the cheers and chants got louder. These fans, they never lost hope that the Rangers would win and bring the AL pennant back to Arlington.
What makes this team different? The coach, the players, the pitching. It's awesome. It'll be my third World Series to work.
Fans have been deprived since that last World Series. So as fans, how do you feel?
Oh, elated. It's just wonderful. It's just so cool. It's beyond words. Finally.
You were watching that last out. What was going through your mind?
Oh my gosh, I couldn't stand still. But all I do is oh my gosh, we need this. We need this. We got it. So we're going to the World Series, baby. Woo! In your face, Astros!
That is the quote of the night by far. Rangers fans, they all walked out of Globe Life Field thinking that and saying it, regardless of who wins the, whether it's the Phillies or the Diamondbacks. Fans told me they are believing in this team and they know that the Rangers can take on whoever is coming up next in this challenge. Oh man, Jeff, I was gonna say we gotta rest up here. Cleaning crew is working on cleaning the stadium. I'm like, whoa, what am I saying here? All the excitement. It's been fabulous though. The fans have had such a fantastic time, especially tonight at this watch party. By far, the biggest smiles, best enthusiasm, loudest cheers, and we know it's gonna get even better come Friday. Back to you.
Oh, most definitely. You can let those people lock up now, Amelia. You know, I don't know much about Diamondback fans, but we know a thing or two about Philly sports fans. So the Astro fan base, now that they've been checked off, Philly would be a fierce one for Rangers fans to contend with starting Friday if that's the matchup we get. The Rangers back in the World Series, third time ever, as we've said. The team already saying a limited number of individual tickets will go on sale at 10 a.m. That's coming up in less than 10 hours now. The tickets scattered singles and standing room only for games 1 and 2. And 6 and 7 if needed back in Arlington. They can be purchased on the Rangers website. We'll have plenty more coverage leading up to the World Series throughout the week. Stay with Fox 4 and Free for all of that. For now, for Mike Ducey, Sam Gannon, I'm Jeff Kolb, Fox 4 Sports.
Well, that first batch of rain continues to move out of North Texas. We've got more on the way, though, a little bit later this week. And a strong cold front that's going to bring a little chill, I think, in time for Halloween. Those details in just a few minutes.
Rangers fans couldn't wait to get their hands on some brand new World Series T-shirts and Rangers merch.
We're going to talk to some fans who are first in line ahead. All right, local Academy sports stores are open late so that everybody can buy T-shirts and hats and whatever they want.
Fans lined up at the store on Northwest Highway.
Where is it?
In Dallas. It says something else there, but it was on Northwest Highway.
Yes.
Fans have to stock up on their American League Championship shirts and their World Series shirts. David Centenary on site, and I still see people still open, David.
They're still open.
Right.
There are some people here, but for the most part, the fans have left. A lot of them came and got their gear, but hey, we're talking about a couple of hours this store has been opened up, and I saw at least 100 people come in and out of here, probably more than that, probably much more than that. Dozens of people were lined up outside. At first, they were just having 20 people in at a time just to make sure everything was calm and no one was getting too crazy, nothing out of hand. After a while, it opened up a little bit more, and as you saw with us about 30, 40 minutes ago, there were still dozens of people inside of here, but right now it's probably less than 10 people. There's still plenty of gear over here. You can see people are folding the stuff that they're just going to stash away until tomorrow. You see those two beautiful words right there, World Series, across the front of that Rangers hoodie and that Rangers t-shirt. There are different things to choose from. I know over here, these are the official shirts that I saw the players wearing on the field after that big Game 7 win earlier today. So people have been coming in, getting these, getting hats, different merchandise. As I mentioned, the line was somewhat wrapped around the building earlier today, at least the front part of it, and we had an opportunity to speak with a few of those people to talk about the big win. Here's what they had to say.
But I was down at Applebee's for 4 or 5 innings. I just got back here, probably 8th inning. See Altuve do a bunch of irrelevant stuff. And now we're here, sitting in line.
Let's go, Rangers! Let's go! Let's go, Rangers!
I'm here because I love Texas and I love everything Texas related. It's a big deal to make it to the World Series, and yeah, I'm just excited and looking forward to it.
Going to the World Series, and I think this is our year.
So certainly there are plenty of places you can buy Rangers gear. As for Academy, it says that most of its North Texas stores are going to open up tomorrow around 7 a.m., bright and early, for people to come on out. And if you have any concerns about whether or not this gear is going to run out, because we know it's probably somewhat limited, I wanted to bring in someone from Academy. We have Megan right here. So Megan, what's the plan moving forward for all this gear and the fans who want to grab a piece of it?
Well, we knew fans would be excited to get the gear, so we pre-bought some merchandise, and it's shipping right now, so we'll have more tomorrow morning and even the next day as well.
And that's not just for this location, that's for all your locations across North Texas, the hats, the shirts, etc.
Right, all the gear, hats, shirts, hoodies even. We've got it shipping right now, available at all of our Texas locations, all of our North Texas locations, excuse me.
Probably not the Texas locations too far south, which I'm going to put Megan on the spot here. You told me earlier you are from Houston, right?
I am from Houston, but I'm super excited the Rangers won.
Awesome. We are too. Steve, Heather, I know y'all are. And right now I'm going to send it back to y'all in the studio.
She knows exactly what to say.
Saying the right things. That's awesome.
Well, let me give you some advice. You're going to want to buy a short sleeve Rangers shirt for the next 4 or 5 days. You're also going to want to pick up a hoodie because that's going to come in handy come early next week as a strong cold front comes rolling in here. Here's a look at what's in store the next 5 days. 82 tomorrow, 83 on Thursday, 84 on Friday and Saturday. We'll still likely be in the low 80s this weekend before we really start to fall early next week. This is the 6 to 10 day temperature outlook here, and a cold front will be plowing through here early on Monday morning. And what that means is that cool air will be in store for us for Halloween Day and likely at least a day or two after that as well. This is a look at radar right now. We're high and dry at the moment here in Dallas and Fort Worth. Rain is falling just off to our west and northwest. Now, most of this is going to be skirting by to the north and west, certainly of Dallas. There's a possibility that a few of these showers could skirt areas of Fort Worth here, let's say in the next half hour to 45 minutes. The heavy stuff continues to lift northward and will likely be north of the Red River probably by about 1 o'clock in the morning. Here's the bigger view, and you can see rain and a few thunderstorms extending back out into West Texas around San Angelo and the Abilene area. And this is just kind of the first slug of moisture that's going to be moving through here this week. We've got a few more on the way, as you can see with our rain chances here. Now, the overall rain chances will be on the low side both Tuesday and Wednesday, roughly 30%. They skyrocket, though, to at least 70%, I think, Wednesday evening and Wednesday night. Some of those could be heavy downpours. Really not anticipating any big risk of severe weather. And then it'll last until Thursday morning, and I think we dry out pretty quickly as we head towards midday on Thursday. Another 1 to 2 inches on the way for the Dallas-Fort Worth area, with 2 to 3 inches to our west and northwest. The bulk of this, once again, will likely fall Wednesday night into early Thursday. High today, 82 degrees. The morning low was 73. That morning low almost 20 above the average for this time of the year. 90 and 34 your records. Currently out there, we've got generally cloudy skies. Temperature readings in the upper 60s to low 70s. Humidity is chock full almost at 93%, and winds are light out of the east at 3 miles an hour. So upper 60s, low 70s right now. It's not going to fall much at all between now and sunrise tomorrow morning, maybe a couple degrees. Here's a look at Futurecast. Good news, a lot of this rain is long gone by the time we get to rush hour. There may be a slight chance for a few showers lingering. Then, as we heat things up during the afternoon, that will likely give rise to a few showers and thunderstorms percolating. Same story on Wednesday. I think the overall coverage will be low during the day, but as we head into Wednesday evening, we're going to see a pretty solid area of showers and thunderstorms roll in here from the west. That will likely last through a good part of late Wednesday night, early Thursday morning. And then as we head towards Thursday afternoon, we should dry out pretty quickly. Starting out around 70, warm and muggy early tomorrow morning. Look for high temperatures in the low 80s. 83 on Wednesday, 84 Thursday and Friday. Temperatures, though, take a big dip early next week with that cold front. Looks like a cool, damp day on Monday, and highs on Halloween only in the 50s.
Right, so a lot of reaction coming in. Former Rangers pitcher Derek Holland near the end of the game. I don't know if you saw, the stands cleared out pretty fast. Sure turned into a dress like a seat behind home plate. Many Astros fans, yes, did leave early.
All right, so Mavs legend Dirk Nowitzki also sharing his celebration, posting World Series and tagging the Rangers.
Dallas Mavericks point guard Luka Doncic tweeting, "Hello World Series," and tagged the Rangers. More Fox 4 News in a moment. All right, thanks for watching. All of the coverage tonight kind of makes you in a mood for champagne.
We were just talking about taquitos. So now we've got taquitos from Whataburger and champagne. How about this? Be sure to wake up to Fox 4's Good Day at 4 a.m. just a few hours from now for all the very latest news, weather,
sports.
Traffic.
Think we might mix in some
I think we might have some sports in there as well. Love this clubhouse celebration. Enjoy.
Have a good night.